What's up, everybody? I'm Blessed and Free. Welcome back to another episode of DOC TV. So if you've been viewing the channel for a hot minute, I'm sure you already know who this is. This is David. We did a couple episodes with him on unjust justice for his case with corruption and stuff. But with the last episode when we left off, he had just signed his deal and he was getting ready to go to prison. And that's what this channel is about. We want to talk about prison, what goes on in there, what people go through mentally and physically in dark places like that. So, all right, so you got sentenced and you're going to prison.
Yeah, got sentenced, came back that night. They packed my shit. I finally got up out that fucking PBL block.
Yeah.
I went to the prison block, and that felt good, man. So I get to the prison block, and I leave within 2 weeks. Get to Lake Butler.
Okay, so you went through Butler for reception?
Yeah, I went to Lake Butler, and then
I know when you're in jail, you hear these stories.
Yeah, you hear these war stories
Yeah.
and shit, and these crazy stories. So you don't really know what to expect if you've never been there. You know what I'm saying? And so we get there early that morning. They wake us up. They roll us out of there like 3:30, 4, whatever it was. We get there to Butler. There's buses lined up everywhere. It's like cattle and humans. You know what I'm saying?
I know
I'm
exactly.
serious. It's like cattle and humans. They transfer human beings in these buses, in these hot buses, like they're cattle. It's just unbelievable the size of Florida's prison system and how they run it. It's quite crazy to say the least. But I get to Butler. Every county is in a certain spot, and we're all there, and they roll down them doors, and they tell everybody get naked.
Yep.
And you're standing there with 100 fucking dudes, 150 dudes,
Getting naked.
just coming into prison, and you get naked.
Yep.
So everybody strips down. Everybody's standing there. One of the most awkward fucking positions I've ever been in my life. It was quite strange, but at that point, once they gather up all the clothes, they line everybody up. And I mean line you up right behind each other.
Nuts to butts.
Nuts to butts. And you're standing in that line, they're telling you what they're telling you. They walk you down this yellow line, there's a little bench behind you gotta turn around, put your knees on that bench, and just turn around and grab your ass cheeks, spread them open. And that dude walks that whole line, 150 people, and you stand there with your asshole wide open. So again, it's the
Degrading.
the degrading to say the least. It's dehumanizing, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you to submit coming through there. And
so when you did
it's all part of the mental anguish.
Yeah, for real. When you went to prison, did you have like family contact, people that were there for you, or did you kind of go by yourself?
I mean, when I went in there, I'm at the reception center, so every day you're on the call out. You're going to doing this, you're going to medical, you're doing this. I had $50 a month from my dad. That's what he gave me, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
I mean, you can live off of it. It's not great, but you can live off of it. And if you do the right thing, you could kind of hustle with that and try to make money on top of money. Whatever you got to do in prison, but we'll get to that. So he was there for that. When you get in there, you have no phone. You can't call nobody at the reception center. So you can't even tell anybody that you're there or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I get to the reception center. Right away, I see a little dude that was in Volusia County with me. And he was in there for a vehicular homicide or whatever, and he kind of signed his deal a couple weeks earlier or whatnot. So he was at Butler. I see him.
So you kind of knew someone.
I see him, bro. He's got cigarettes. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, he throws me a couple clips, and that's how I start making my little bit of money. I got a pair of boots. I got some gym shorts. I just started hustling. I mean, you get there and clam up, you're gonna be hungry.
Yeah.
So I mean, you either got to get in there and just and go with the flow and act like you know, or sit your ass there scared. So I just jumped in there and started hustling and got a few things together, a pair of boots, like I said, and some hygiene items, and got a couple racks of cookies in my bunk, you know what I'm saying, and hung out there. And that was quite an experience, because at Lake Butler, it's a medical reception center, so it's nothing but people that are fucking dying.
Yeah.
People that's been in prison for 30 years, and they're coming here because this is the medical center, and this is where they get treated for whatever they got.
And
so
Butler's
everybody's
notorious too. Like,
crazy.
there's some crazy stories that have happened at Butler.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, you know, the jar of gold teeth, you know, it's crazy. I mean, it's like a cult up there. If you work at that prison, it's just they're a family, and they'll whoop your ass, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Quick, like.
Yeah.
Where? How long were you at Butler as far as reception?
I was at Butler in the reception. Once I got through everything, I was there for about 7 days, and then I went to the West Unit. And when I go to the West Unit, basically it's just a transfer spot. You know what I'm saying? You ride around there, you're there for a couple days, then you get a bus to your main camp. So I went to the West Unit about 7 days later. I mean, at this point, I've become acclimated with the environment. You know what I'm saying? You kind
of find your little routine. And
shit. I know what's going on. I'm sitting back and I'm observing. You know what I'm saying? Keep to myself for the most part. There's a couple people that I fuck with, but not too many.
You can learn a lot by observing in prison. So.
Yeah, you just sit back and watch, man. You don't want to be that guy that goes in there and starts running your mouth, because then you're going to get what you're looking for. I promise you. Yeah. So, I get there. Like I said, the food was, the first time I ate, it was just completely, I just couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? It was horrible. Crazy. So, anyways, I get to the West Unit. I'm there. When you get to the West Unit, man, them boys in there don't play, man. They got some real rednecks up in there that'll really whoop your ass, and I did see them do it on multiple occasions in 3 days.
Yeah,
you know,
KKK up there.
People come in there with slick mouths, man, and then they got a place for you, and that's under their boot. I promise you. So I stay there. Bam, I get called out. Time to go. They transfer me to the Panhandle. I get to Walton. First camp. I get in there. Go to my dorm. Is what it is. Just like Butler. Except this time I'm not leaving.
Right.
You know what I mean? This time these motherfuckers in this dorm, they're not in transit. These people are here. People are clicked up. People been living together for countless years, whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's a routine that goes on inside a camp that's a little different from jail or reception. You know what I'm saying? Because people have been there, they've made relationships, they fuck with certain officers. You know what I'm saying? At every camp, you got officers doing shady shit, so it don't matter where you go.
And then the gangs.
Gangs are all linked up. You know, you got the Bloods, the Zoes, the Cribs, the US, the Kings. You know,
did you ever get down with anyone?
Nah, I don't. I ain't roll like that, man. I went in there by myself, and that's how I felt. You know what I mean? I was approached, you know what I mean, by the white boys, and one of them became one of my good friends. But it just wasn't something that I was gonna. I'm not taking orders from another man. First of all, you know what I'm saying? That ain't how I roll. So that whole little scene ain't for me. I was in there solo. Like I said, I had a couple people that I fought with, and one person was a UF, and he was pretty, you know, high-ranking member or whatnot, and it is what it was, you know what I mean? But I stayed to myself, sat back and just watched crazy shit going on, you know what I'm saying? I watched stabbings happen, I watched people gook out off Tucci, dive head first off a suck-it bump, you know what I mean? I've seen some crazy things in there, man. You know.
So out of all that stuff that you saw, what would you say is what's the most craziest thing you remember? I mean, I know it was all crazy, but if you had to pinpoint it to
I mean, the craziest thing that I seen at Walton, when I was at Walton before I went to Mayo, but the craziest thing I seen was this kid had like 6 months to go home. He's 24 years old. Just a kid. He's in that gang shit, man. Call somebody something, some words. Next day, you know, dude hit him in the neck. Bam, the next day. And I mean, hit him good a couple times. They flied him.
Like shanked him in the neck, or?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
Hit him in the neck. Everybody's walking around there with something.
With
you know
fire,
yeah, everybody's got it. Yeah. I don't give a damn what a gang has got it. It's either hid in another dorm, They just got to make a little call to get it down there.
Yeah, get a runner.
And then, you know what I mean? They're planning on when somebody whacks you, it's been planned. You know what I'm saying? So it's been orchestrated. But I watched them get hit in the neck. They bay flied him. Chopper comes. Ended up dying on the helicopter. They brought him back.
Damn.
6 months to go home. Getting ready to get out, man.
Crazy.
Brought him back, man. Paralyzed from the neck down. So they early released him from the hospital because he only had 6 months. But anyways, 6 months to go home, 24 years old, a long life to live, gets hit in the neck by one of his brothers, and now he's a paraplegic, you know. So that was pretty.
That's what did it for me, man. Like when you said about the gangs, I was the same way. Like, yeah, I was tight with plenty of different gang members, but when you see, you know, 5 dudes kicking it, brother this, brother that, and then a month later some shady shit happens and now your brother is ordered to stab you.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, man.
That to me was like, okay, I'm not signing up for that.
Nah.
Like I'd rather just have my own beefs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I'd rather deal with myself and answer to myself, man.
Exactly.
I'm not answering to nobody. Bitch ain't gonna tell me to do nothing.
Right.
Never been that way, never will. And so that like I said, man, that whole scene wasn't it for me.
What gangs were running Walton?
I mean, pretty much like everywhere else, man. To be honest with you, man, the U.S. had a lot of boys there for a while.
Yeah.
They were pretty deep. They had the head of the state there, and you know that place up there is all country, anyways. You know what I mean? So, however they were able to, you know, them people, they know the system. They've been down for so long. They know how to orchestrate. You know, putting in for transfers or doing certain things to get transferred, and you know what I'm saying. They got players, and you know that work for DOC that make shit happen. So they were linked up pretty decent, man. But you know, like everywhere you go, the Bloods are thick. I mean,
Kings.
Yeah, Kings, all the Chicos. You know what I'm saying. But usually it's the Bloods, Kings. But like I said, man, this was the one camp where I saw a shitload of UFs there.
And that's rare too.
That's rare.
In prison in Florida, white boys aren't running shit. So for them to be running that camp, man, they had something going on.
Yeah, they had a couple officers on the team. I mean, they had shit going on. They had some shit coming in pretty decent.
Yeah, they usually got the drops and shit. And work camps and all that.
Well, you think about it, you know, a lot of the officers up there in the Panhandle are white, you know, so they feel more comfortable fucking with a white person, just naturally. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it is.
Even the black COs, like they're racist up there.
Yeah, they're a different people than we live around here for sure. But so yeah, they had it jumping pretty good at Walton. You know, they had a new warden come in, and it was a war field for real. You know what I mean? People are getting hit left and right. There were cigarettes everywhere, K2 everywhere, Molly everywhere. Sick, you know what I mean? Shit was everywhere. Cell phones, shit was everywhere. It was jumping pretty good. And
where did you stay there your whole bid, or did you end up?
No, I stayed there, man. And next thing you know, because you never know when they're gonna transfer you. So I'm staying there. And I'm told to roll my shit up one morning, and they transferred me to the male annex. And I was like, well, fuck, you know what I mean? 'Cause you already make relationships.
You're comfortable.
You're comfortable. You got shit going on. You're making money. You got your little hustle going on. Whatever you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And now you're flushed out. So I get up, boom, I go to mail. As soon as I get there, I see it's AC. I'm straight. It's middle of summer.
Yeah.
Fuck Walton. You know what I mean? This bitch has got AC. I don't give a damn.
And so a lot of people don't know that in Florida State, you know, in the prisons in Florida, you're not getting AC unless it's a private camp. CCA has it.
Certain camps got them. They're trying to make all of them have them. But at Walton, when I first got there, in August, in September, there was no
life.
It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievably hot. So
was Mayo straight otherwise, or you just happy?
Mayo was secured. I mean, it's a level 7 prison. Why in the hell they transferred me, I have no idea. But they got some real secure shit. It's set up like North Florida Reception Center. You know what I'm saying, with the tower in the middle.
Yep.
And they walk around. You know what I mean. Everybody's got to walk around the chow and shit like that. So.
And for the people that don't know, Mayo is MAYO. And back in the day, they used to
Max
call it
out.
max all yours out because shit was real there, and they're writing DRs left and right.
Yeah,
You ain't getting game time.
Nah, and it's still like that. It's still like that. So if you get your game time, you really just you're rolling low. You know what I mean? You're under the radar, and that's how you have to be. If you want to come home, you know what I mean. But there's some people in there just wild. They don't give a damn. They've been doing this their whole life. They don't even care. They know they're coming back. I mean, I've seen it all. Motherfuckers been down there 50 years.
And that's a CM camp too, right? Or they have a CM control?
No. There's no CM camp there. It's controlled movement.
Okay.
So everything's controlled, gated off. You know what I'm saying? It's
separate rec yards, or
yeah, there's separate rec yards. 4 separate rec yards. You're only going out with two wings.
2 wings, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which sucks if you're trying to hustle, because
it is hard to hustle, man. You're
around.
throwing shit. You're trying to throw shit over the fence all the way over there. You got people run. You got to pay people to run shit to the library, and then from the library back over to here. So it's a long drawn out process to hope that whatever you're doing is going to make it to wherever it is, so you can make the money or do whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So
how was
it's so easy for a hiccup to happen and start a complete war. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something minor,
man, and it's on and popping.
As far as violence goes, from Walton to Mayo, or is it pretty even as far as that goes?
Walton was a little bit more open, so it was easier to get around. You know what I'm saying? You got one officer out there in the yard, and he's calling in the tower, and they're opening up for chow and shit, and they're just trying to move it like that. So it's easy. It's easy to slide. You know what I'm saying? You can slide here, slide there. You know when to get out. You got to get out at a certain time because count's coming or whatever. So it was a lot more. You could get to somebody a little bit easier over there. Mayo, it was more orchestrated, like, people sending kites and people sending messages over to this dorm to get over to this person to confirm this. Hard. So it was a little bit harder, but it still happened. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just didn't happen on the scale that it happened at Walton. It just took a little bit more time at Mayo, but shit was still popping off, man. That chopper was still landing. So, and when that chopper's landing, it's going down. So.
And when he says that, he means the helicopter's landing on the compound because someone's either stabbed up or got their shit bashed in and got to go to the hospital.
Yeah, they got to get there faster than the ambulance can bring them.
Yeah, facts. So, did you finish the rest of your time at Mayo?
Yeah, I finished. I EOS from Mayo. I was there. As soon as I got there, I'm trying to get into the GED program. You know what I'm saying? Because I did so much time in the county that I wasn't able to get all my game time. Okay, so I signed a 5-year deal. If I did 3.5 years in the county, that's all dead time. I don't get no game time on that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I only could get a certain amount of game time. So if you got your GED, you get 60 days off. So you get 2 months off your sentence if you get your GED in there, as long as it doesn't exceed your game time. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So obviously, I couldn't get all my game time, so I'm signing up for the GED class. Well, when I get there, there's a waiting list a mile long to get in the GED class.
Too.
So I write a request. I say, hey, man, I got a certain amount of time left, and I'm trying to do this before I go, blah, 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 blah. So they moved me up, put me in the GED class. I studied that shit for, 3 months, take the test, bam, passed it. Got 60 days off my sentence, so I was able to come home 2 months early.
Well, that's what's up. At least you did something productive in prison.
Yeah, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And that too, being in the classroom during the day kept me out of the dorm. You know what I mean? When you're out of the dorm, you can't be caught up in the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's real easy, man. Somebody tries your buddy that you fuck with, and now you feel obligated that you got to go with this motherfucker. And if you do, you're risking your game time. It's a drawn out process, man.
So if there's one, when you look back on jail, prison, what's one thing that you learned from that whole process?
From jail, from prison?
Yeah, just the whole, what you went through as far as your case, what you experienced as far as the criminal justice, as far as jail and prison. If you had to pick one thing that you're like, that's it, that's you know what I mean? What sticks out in your head?
I mean, to me, man, and I'll live by this the rest of my life. And it's sad to say, but never trust anybody outside your home.
Yeah, for real. There's an old saying, it goes, God protect me from my friends, I'll take care of my enemies. And I think that pretty much, I feel the same way you do. you want to trust, but it's almost like you can't because you don't know who you're trusting.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter. I mean, you don't know. You don't know when the shit gets real. You don't know what that person's gonna do.
Yeah.
Unless you live with these people day in and day out, and you know these people like that. That's why I said, man, I don't trust nobody outside my house. And that goes for that goes for everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. Maybe one day I'll change, but right now I'm scarred, man, and that's just what it is.
Well, hey, man, I appreciate you coming on again, sharing some of your story. If you guys haven't heard his story, there's a part 1 and part 2. I'll link both of those in the description of the video, and check it out because what he says in those episodes is a perfect example of what people get caught up in from hanging out with the wrong people, or when you finally get caught up, what you're gonna go through with the criminal justice system, in jail, in prison. And I promise you, that is not the life that you wanna lead. And his story sets that in stone for you to hear it. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press that like button. And with that, it's DOC TV, and we're out.